If there is one common stereotype of NBA players, it's that they have to be tall to have success. While that's true by and large, there are exceptions to the rule. There are a handful of short players that have great seasons and great careers, totaling big points and assist totals, and many of them playing over 10 years in the league. Let's have a look at the top 10 shortest NBA players ever. So let's begin. Number 10. Shane Larkin, 5'11". Shane Larkin, who comes in just slightly below 6 feet tall, was originally drafted number 18 overall by the Atlanta Hawks in 2013. He was moved to the Dallas Mavericks and played for 3 different teams in each of the first 3 years of his career. Now 24 years old, Larkin has yet to play for any team in the NBA last year. He has averages of 5.8 points and 3.2 assists per game on 43% shooting from the field in 202 games. Number 9. Nate Robinson, 5'9". Drafted number 21 by the New York Knicks back in 2005, not a lot was really expected of Nate Robinson. He was seen as a guy who relied on the athleticism and insane jumping ability, which are fleeting skills. While Robinson was never a regular starting point guard, he filled a role as a scorer off the bench. His best season came in 2008-09, when Robinson started just 11 games, but averaged 17.2 points per game for New York. He also won the NBA All-Star Weekend Dunk Contest 3 times, which is impressive for anyone, much less a guy who is just 5'9". Number 8. Isaiah Thomas, 5'9". Despite an excellent run as a scorer in college, teams were wary of taking Isaiah Thomas in the 2011 draft. He fell all the way to the bottom, getting drafted with the 60th pick by the Sacramento Kings. Since then, he's done nothing but the score and get better. Now with the Boston Celtics, Thomas was averaging 26 points per game last year and was an all-star for the first time last season. At just 27 years old, Thomas is one of the better scoring guards in the NBA. Number 7. Charlie Criss, 5'8". Criss's journey to the NBA took 7 years after he left New Mexico State University. He played in the Continental Basketball Association, and despite being MVP there for 2 seasons, the road to the NBA seemed so long. But after a lot of perseverance and hard work, he ultimately got the call. Criss played a total of 8 NBA seasons, spending time with the Hawks, San Diego Clippers, and Milwaukee Bucks. His first season was his best when he averaged 11 points and 4 assists in 77 games. Number 6. Keith Jennings, 5'7". Mr. Jennings. That's the kind of respect this 5'7" player got from his peers. Undrafted in 1991, Keith Jennings joined the Golden State Warriors. Jennings played just 3 seasons with the Golden State Warriors, appearing in a total of 164 games and averaging 6.6 points and 3.7 assists in 18.8 minutes per game of playing time. In his second to the last NBA game, Jennings recorded his career high of 23 points on an 8-10 shooting, including 4-4 from three-point land. He was also the recipient of the Francis Pomeroy Naismith Award for the best collegiate player under 6 feet tall in 1991. Stay tuned, folks, there are still 5 short players left on the list. Number 5. Greg Grant, 5'7". Greg Grant stood just 5'7", but he managed to play in a total of 9 NBA seasons for a total of 6 different teams. That just shows you not only how good he was, but how determined he was to make it in the land of the Giants. He played for 6 different teams in his 7-year career, with his best season coming in 1991-92, when he got into 68 games for the Philadelphia 76ers and Charlotte Hornets, averaging 3.3 points per game. He retired at the age of 29 with career averages of 2.8 points and 2.7 assists in 12.2 minutes per game. Number 4. Spud Webb, 5'6". The most popular 5'7" players in NBA history. Who doesn't know Spud Webb? The NBA Slam Dunk champion during the 1989 NBA All-Star Weekend surprised the world and even teammate Dominique Wilkins with his two-handed double-pump elevator dunk, one-handed off-the-backboard slam, 360-degree helicopter dunk, and the two-handed reverse strawberry jam from a bounce off the floor. Spud electrified the crowd that night and will never be forgotten for that. He also briefly played for the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Orlando Magic, but who really cares? Spud will always be remembered as the slam dunk king of 1989. Number 3. Melvin Hirsch, 5'6". Although not much is known about point guard Melvin "Mel" Hirsch, what is certain is that at 5'6", he is the third shortest player in the history of the NBA. Hirsch was born in New York in 1921, and in the early 1940s he attended Brooklyn College, NY, where he played on the basketball team. After a loss to Manhattan College in the last game of the 1941 season, the New York Times wrote, "If Brooklyn had 2 or 3 more Mel Hirsches, the outcome might have been different." For Hirsch was all over the floor, sneaking in for rebounds and intercepting an occasional pass. In 1946, Hirsch joined the Boston Celtics in the NBA, then still called the Basketball Association of America. Although the Celtics missed the playoffs, Hirsch played 13 games and scored 19 points for his team. Number 2. Earl Boykins, 5'5". Now we're getting really shorter. Height was not a hindrance. Boykins played a total of 14 NBA seasons with 12 different teams. It wasn't a surprise that he went undrafted in the 1988 NBA draft. What came as a pleasant surprise was that he played 4 seasons with the Denver Nuggets, from 2003 to 2007. With Denver, Boykins became the shortest player in NBA history to score 30 points in a single game, scoring 32 in a 117-109 win over the Detroit Pistons on November 11, 2004. And number 1. Tyson Muggsy Bogues, 5'3". There was a point in NBA history when the tallest player ever played the shortest player the league had ever seen. 7'7" beanpole Manute Boy was once the NBA's tallest player in the Washington Bullets team. He was a teammate of 5'3" Tyrone Muggsy Bogues. He was actually drafted number 12 overall by the Washington Bullets in 1987, but played only 1 season there before the Charlotte Hornets took him in the expansion draft. It was in Charlotte that Bogues became a household name, averaging 8.8 points and 8.8 assists in 10 seasons with the Hornets. Bogues moved on to play for the Golden State Warriors and Toronto Raptors before eventually retiring after 2001. Traditionally, basketball is a game for tall people, but these short people proved that talent has no limits or boundaries. You can jump over for the greatest dunk even at the height of 5'6" or 5'5", even in the face of significant disadvantage. These players went on to play professionally, and a few of them also became coaches after their playing days were over. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and thumbs up if you've liked it. And do hit the subscribe button so that you won't be missing out on any interesting videos from now on.